Hello, St. Ambrose. I wanted to take this opportunity. By now, many of you should have received your reopening letter in the mail. If you haven't, then you need to call Barbara because something went seriously wrong. But I know many people throw it on the dining room table and may not quite get to it, but being that we're starting with our reopening next Saturday, I really wanted to make sure I had this time to sit with you and to review it. First of all, we are reopening next Saturday. That's the 4th of July at 4 o'clock. Rosary will be prayed at 3:30. The church will open around 3 p.m. Okay? For now, we're not planning on a Sunday liturgy yet. We're going to see how the 4 o'clock Mass transpires. There's a lot of confusion. Baltimore City opened with 50%, but we still have to adhere to what the Archbishop is asking, and that is 1/3 of the seating capacity of this church, which St. Ambrose seats about 420 people, so 1/3 of that is about 100 and some people. So we need to be cautious of that number, okay? What to do? What must you do? First of all, if you are not feeling well, if you have a cough, a fever, any kind of discomfort, a temperature most importantly, first of all, you need to call your doctor. If you're not feeling well, you really should not come and be among the other members. You need to stay home. If you are elderly or have a pre-existing condition, or you are undergoing some type of treatments for a medical condition, you need to stay at home. Remind you that the Archbishop still has the dispensation for Catholics to physically attend Mass. So Archbishop Lori is perfectly understanding as to what we can and can't do, and he is saying that it's still fine for us to worship from home. To be able to come next Saturday, you will need, and every Saturday after that, you will need to call Barbara on Monday or Wednesday between the hours of 10 a.m. and 5 p.m. to reserve your seat. If there's a family coming, if there's a number of people living under the same roof, please let us know that, because you are able to sit closer to one another if you are in one household. So let Barbara know that, please. But we cannot allow you to RSVP or to enter the church without the RSVP. So you must do it. And also, before we even get into the other nitty-gritty, you have to remember that life is not going to be normal. You are not going to be able to come in, sit where you want to sit, talk to your neighbors, stand in the parking lot and talk after Mass. None of that is you're not able to do that anymore. There is a new norm that we must adhere to. First of all, we must stick to social distancing. The parking lot will be open, but everyone must walk around and enter the main doors of the church. That's the only way you can enter. Also, too, you must wear a mask, and you must allow your temperature to be taken. You can wear gloves if you choose, but that's not required. And also, we will have sanitizer and everything that is needed here in the church. I'm asking for the women especially to make a sacrifice of not carrying purses if possible. If you have an inhaler or you have your cell phone, wear something that you have pockets in, that you really avoid bringing as little in here as possible. Okay, so be mindful. Reservations will be checked at the door, and the ministers of hospitality will bring you forward and have you sit in your assigned seats. The church has to be filled from the front to the back at the entrance. So be mindful that in the bench, 4 people will sit in every bench with 6 feet between them. You must sit where you are told. There will be baskets designated at the front and the back of the church for your tithes. There will be no collection baskets, will not be passed. So the ministers of hospitality will help you with that as well. For communion, we are going to ask that you stay in your seats. There's an empty bench between every other row, so deacon and myself and Eucharistic ministers will go bench to bench and approach you so that we eliminate people having to come up the aisle and back the side aisles. So you'll just be asked to sit, and we will bring the Eucharist to you. And we're strongly encouraging everyone to make the sacrifice to receive in their hand. When Mass is ended, the church will empty in an orderly fashion. There will be no fellowship and socializing at the end of Mass. At the end of Mass, the church will empty from the front to the back. Side doors will be propped open so that you do not touch the surfaces of the doors, and you will be asked to leave in an orderly fashion from the front to the back of the church. And go directly to your cars, and we ask that you not linger, but just go directly home. We have the task of disinfecting this whole church after every time we gather. And so if you'd like to help with that, you can talk to Dennis Carter or myself, and we will certainly put you to work, because every bench, every surface, wall, bathroom will have to be disinfected. And again, there will be one bathroom, the former men's room. We cannot have two people in the bathroom at one time, so the one bathroom will be open in emergency cases, and it will be cleaned and disinfected after every use. So be mindful of that as well. And unfortunately, the last thing I remind you of is that we are still doing this at our own risk. If we come into large groups of people, no matter where you go, there is a risk associated with us coming in and being among other people. This will be published on our website, and also too, again, I remind you, everything is being live streamed still. If you do not have Facebook and you do have the internet, you can simply Google stambrose.com, go onto our website, and you scroll all the way down to the bottom of the menu, and you will see the Facebook feed at the bottom of the website, and you could easily access everything that we live stream from the parish. So you don't necessarily have to have Facebook to be able to connect with the parish. That is the protocol that we're going to be holding. How long this will continue, I'm going to see what our crowds are like. For our communion services, we've had from as few as 6 people to as many as 12 people. I'm sensing that people still are not quite comfortable coming into crowded spaces. People say you go to Walmart or you go to the Walgreens, you can go to church. And I don't necessarily agree with that. When I go to Walgreens, when I seldom, or Walmart, when I seldom do, I go in and out, I get what I want, and I leave. We're in here for a while. And so it's a different situation in church. And I know St. Ambrose, and I know all of you well enough. You have not seen each other for weeks, for months, and your desire is going to want to go up, and right now, we just cannot have that kind of contact. So we really need to be careful. As your pastor, the worst thing would be for us to open and someone would come in here who was positive, and a number of you would be ill. I just could not deal with that in my own life as your pastor, and I don't think any of you want that either. We want our St. Ambrose Church family to be safe. So there's the kind of Saturday 4 o'clock Mass in a nutshell. Saturday has been working because I know many people appreciate Saturday evening. For those who like it on Sunday, you can wait till Sunday and view it, so we're really keeping both teams happy with the situation for live streaming. So as for now, probably July and August we will be basically continuing with the Saturday 4 o'clock. There are other things that are happening that I wanted to take this opportunity to also bring to your attention. Major life of the parish has stopped. This place is very quiet. There is no activity, nor are we permitted to hold meetings, and right now no one is comfortable coming to them anyway. So the regular life of the parish has ceased. Summer months usually is quiet, but this is exceptionally quiet. Thanks to all of you for mailing in your tithe, for your doing the direct deposit. The direct deposit information is on the website as well. We are basically right now surviving on our tithe and our rent money from the convent. We are beginning to feel the pinch of that. When people come through here, through the church on a weekend, people usually stop at the gift table, they light a candle, but people coming through generate income for us. People will donate for this or that. All that has stopped. So we're depending completely on our tithe and our rent. And I am very fearful right now, because what we usually do through the summer months is that we fatten up for the winter, meaning that being that we don't have as much activity and we don't have gas bills, the checking account of the parish increases so that when the first gas bill rolls around, we have a little bit of a cushioning to fall back on. I'm finding that we are not being able to do that right now. And so our checking account is basically at about $20,000, where by now it should be close to 40. So I've had to make some serious decisions and some painful decisions. I've talked to our staff, and I've been so pleased and blessed with everybody who works here and ministers here at St. Ambrose. Barbara has decided to drop to part-time. She will only be in the office on Mondays and Wednesdays from 9 to 5. Paula Collins basically has stopped. We can't do evangelization in this environment, so there's no need for her position right now, so she's basically been put on hold. Tim and Nate are musicians. Tim, as you know, is on sick leave. He had his knee operated on. And Nate, because of their jobs, they were not able to be here, and so we had to furlough them as well. Colette continues to keep the church clean. She has a very vital, she's more than essential right now. So Colette is continuing. So that's the basic situation. So when you call, remind yourself that there is only someone in the office on Monday and Wednesday from 9:30 to 5. So, and it's a major effect on me because the rectory is so very quiet, and they were my community as well. But they've made these sacrifices to help us in our expenses in these days. So continue to pray for them and pray for all of the folks who make St. Ambrose the place it is. And lastly, what I wanted to address was our religious education. The Archdiocese is basically informing us that we probably will have to continue with an online program with our religious programs. So Sister Stephen's Sunday School and with our confirmation preparation. We will have to have a complete, full online program available for the children and their parents come September. Sister Stephen is not comfortable with that type of technology, and so Sister Stephen has decided to resign from the position of the Director of Religious Education. But calm down, she's not going anywhere, because I know you'd string me up on Park Heights if Sister Stephen was leaving. But Sister Stephen, I've decided that what we are in desperate need of here is someone to help me with all of our activities for our seniors. So in the meantime, the Mother House has permitted one of the younger sisters to come and to assist. So Sister Delphine will be coming, and she will assume the responsibilities that Sister Stephen had. She will help over the next few weeks and months to develop an online program so that if our children are on the property or not, the religious education of the children will continue. That will also extend to our confirmation programs, and Erica Nelson and some others are going to be helping with that as well. So that come September, if we're able to gather or not, the religious education of the children will continue. Sister Stephen, in the meantime, will begin ministry to our seniors. She will make phone calls. She will do contact through cards and letters. She'll see what our senior members are desperately in need of. And when the time comes that we're finally able to open, she will assume the responsibility of our senior luncheons. She will plan recollection days and activities for our senior members. And she's even more excited. If you thought she was excited before, she's even more excited about that kind of ministry. So that's the kind of situation we're dealing with right now with the religious education. I ask all parents or guardians, if you have young children that are in our program now or are preparing for kindergarten all the way up, I ask that you email Barbara or call Barbara at the parish office to register the children now so that we have a sense of who we're working with come September. So please be mindful. And again, pray. Pray for the success and pray most importantly for the end of this virus. And I unfortunately don't think the end is near until there's going to be a vaccine. The virus has touched a few people in our parish. One person does not want me to say, but the other person is Ronnie Redman. She works in the hospital and probably contracted it through the hospital, but she had a period of about 6 weeks that she was seriously ill. And thanks be to God, we can say that Ronnie is home and she's recovering and she's in good shape. So thanks be to God. As I mentioned, Tim Johnson, our guitarist, he's recovering at home. He's resting and eating, which is probably not the best thing to do, but it's good for him right now. So Tim, please continue to recover and get back to us soon. And also to Mr. Joseph Jones from Derek Jones Funeral Home. He has been in Hopkins Hospital for the last few weeks, having a little procedure done. I spoke to him today. He's, thanks be to God, on the road to recovery. So Mr. Jones, but he's asking too for all of our prayers. So please, let's pray for each other. Let's be good to each other. Stay in touch with your St. Ambrose family. If you know people, if you are able and you have a senior in the family, take your phone over, take your notebook over, take your laptop over, and let them view this and everything that we have to keep our seniors connected, because I'm realizing that they're the population that is being least served right now because they lack the technology. But I thank you for your time, and please, until I see you face to face, God bless and be safe and be healthy. Amen.